Now tonight's a little bit of different training. Tonight we're going to be playing a video of a training that Kate Forbes did for us on Saturday. Kate would be very happy to do this live, but one of our computers, the volume doesn't work and I can't remember the full story. So we're getting her the technology organised so we can get Kate on live, even though she probably isn't filled with joy about that. But what we're going to be covering tonight is how to build your Facebook group, but mainly focusing on the different competitions and different methods that you can use. So I'm going to just quickly sorry, I know who Sharon is. She's obviously not able to come along. Thank you for letting me know that. I'm not going to disable the chat, but it'd be a good idea if we stop chatting because it's not live. So Kate can't answer you, can't answer any questions you've got. So what I would recommend is you jot down any questions and then we'll open the chat at the end and Kate will answer them for you. So how to build your Facebook group, mainly using the competitions.
Right, you ready to go with connected? Okay, I'm here today to talk to you about how to build your Facebook group. And part of that's already been covered really well by Jane. Okay, now the concept of building our own Facebook groups was suggested originally, as far as I'm concerned, really about October 2014 by Gavin Scott, when we had all started selling in external selling groups and we wondered what to do with this new customer base that we were suddenly building. And Gavin Scott suggested attracting online customers into your own selling group that then would become your own private customer base. And his vision was that eventually everybody that was building a selling group would have 500 people in their group that were actively buying from them all the time. So it would be an online regular customer base. So armed with that information, I thought, this is great, this is really inspirational, so let's go out and do this. So very soon after that, it kind of slightly went a bit more bigger thinking than that. Okay, so why are you building your Facebook group? First of all, it's your online customer base, private to you. You set the rules of it. You decide who's on your group and who's not. It's your online department store, so you can post up as many products as you like from your own shop, and you decide what to sell. But most importantly, as far as I'm concerned, it's a constant source of free leads for your business that nobody else can interfere with. Okay, so Jane's already covered how to actually set up the group. There's various ways of building the numbers though. First of all, as you're in the process of setting up the group, you can choose the button that says add all of your friends. Now, not everybody's comfortable with doing that. I certainly wasn't. So I didn't do that when I was setting up my group. I just selectively contacted a few of my friends and said, I'm going to add you to this group, just let me know what you think. Okay. So if you decide to add everybody, it would be polite to put on your timeline, I've just started my new online business, it's going really well. I've added my friends to my online Facebook shop, therefore if you're a friend of mine, you're being added. I'd love to know what you think, so please have a look and let me know. Okay? Or you can private message selected friends and say, hi Kathy, I've just started my new online business, it's going really well, I've added you to my online Facebook shop, I'd love to know what you think, so please have a look, let me know. Would you do me a favour? And you can either say add all your friends or add any of your friends you think might like my stuff. Thanks very much. And that's very non-confrontational, non-threatening, and it should actually be a compliment to them that you're asking for their opinion on what you're doing. Okay? Or you could message selected friends, maybe start with the ones you know that have got a big friends list. I've got Facebook friends that have got 2,000 or 3,000 friends on the list. Ask them to join the group actively, you know, to proactively ask to join. Or you could post in your timeline and ask all your friends to join the group and give them the link. I've seen a few people in the online tips group saying that their friends are starting to whinge about all the notifications on their group. A real friend will not mind you asking them to join your group. A real friend will want to support you. And if they complain about being asked to join your group, really just have a look at what you're doing. They're probably not really a friend. They can turn the notifications off, or they can leave the group, but if they at least go and have a look at it, you know that they're at least interested enough in you that they'll go and have a look and see what you're doing and support your business, because at the end of the day, you don't slag them off for being a nurse or a teacher or a bin man, right? So, okay. Right, growing the group, word of mouth. Lynn's always said that the best sponsoring tool is word of mouth, personal contact with people. So ask everyone you know if they're on Facebook, give them the name of the group. Last Christmas when I was sending out the Christmas cards, I put my wee flyers in with my group link on it. Ask everyone you know. Make sure all your catalogue customers know I've got a flyer that goes in with all my catalogues and all my deliveries. If you have email addresses or mobile numbers for your customers, send them an email or a text to let them know about the group. Now, before the online sales revolution started, I remember you saying to me, Lynn, to start a Google Circles, I think you called it, where you collected all the email addresses for your customers. And I did have a big list of that, and I never actually did anything with it, because the idea was we could send them promotions out and stuff like that, and things that weren't in the catalogue and everything. But this has just kind of moved on from there. It's a very, very, very powerful thing to contact your customers and let them know about the group. Ask all your Facebook friends to share the group on their timeline. Now, most of us have been advised to start closed groups, which means that anybody can see the group and they can see the membership of the group, but they can't see any of the content. And they can't share a post from the group, but they can share the group. And there's a share button on the cover picture of the group, and there's also a share button on your phone. And sharing a closed group means that you're just sharing the link for the group to your timeline or anywhere you choose to put it. So I put it in all the other selling groups that I manage. I've got 20 selling groups now, and I manage. I share the group regularly to those. Okay, so you can share the group. Use an email signature with your group link on it, because I know that Lynn uses one with need an extra income, but similarly you could say visit my online shop. Okay, if you have a contact manager, I've got 6,000 or 7,000 people in my contact manager now, and I do send them broadcasts about joining the business, but periodically I'll send them one, you know, at Christmas time and say, you know, for the Christmas shopping needs, join my group. Okay, so anyone that says no to the business should be invited to join your group as well. Sometimes they're saying no, they just mean not yet or not now, but they are still quite interested in what you're doing, and if they join your group and there's 500 people in it, and 6 months later when they're looking for an extra income there's a couple of thousand people on it, a growing business might mean that they'll join you later on because they can see your business growing. Okay. Now, building on external groups, Jane's already covered very well. The advice on the training videos on selling FB is to post on 50 to 60 local groups a day with one or two products and one or two bumps. If you add the name of your group to each ad, wherever the admin allows it, always read the rules, but if the admin allows it, don't post the link, because some of the links are going toxic now, but if you put the name of your group, if somebody comments underneath I can't find your group, you can post the link on request, but you know, if you use the link on every advert, you are going to get slowed down. So just put the name of your group either on your photograph, which makes it very unique, or put it on your post itself, just with the name of your group. That will invite people who are interested in seeing your products. And mine currently says join my group for more special offers, interactive puzzles and competitions, giveaways, things like that. Any word like giveaway, competition, prize, free, will always bring people to your group. So those people were proactively going to join your group, and they may well be interested in what you've got, and they may well order from you. Okay, and once a week or so on each of your groups, instead of posting a product, but not too often, but just once a week or so, just put a post inviting people to join, especially if you've got a competition running, which I'll get to in a minute. But you know, just a post inviting people to join, why they should join your group, what's in your group, what's there for them to see, and they'll join your group. Okay. So when a new person joins, when they've asked to join, you can welcome them to the group. If you've got 5 or 6 of those a day, it's nice to say, thanks Jean for joining my group, hope you enjoy it. Please take part in the interactive posts, and if there's anything you like, please message me. Okay, don't private message people that join your group, because that is a wee bit creepy in my view. But certainly tag them in a welcome post and recognise the fact that they've joined and welcome them to the group. Okay, so all these ways will bring people to the group. They either know you and want to support you, or they've asked to join. They are going to be your online customer base. People who are added by somebody else are not quite as likely to buy from you, but people who have asked to join the group are more likely to buy from you. There's no point in having a group at all if it doesn't generate sales. Okay? But another, oh, didn't mean to have two T's in but.
I thought it looked quite good.
Was that you?
You had two T's in there and I just went,
Okay, right.
I never thought about your
Okay. Another huge reason to build the group massively is to increase your audience for team building posts. You can enlist the help of your members in this. If you know why you're doing it, hold a competition. And there's nothing worse than people that are coming on the online tips group going, I want to run a competition, and because I'm not getting any sales, and you're thinking, well, right, you really want to run a competition because you want to jump on the bandwagon. There you go. Okay, so there's various types of competitions. I've experimented in quite a few of them. Add the most friends to win the prize. Add X number of friends to go into a prize draw, which I'm doing at the moment. Share the group and send a screenshot to prove that they've shared the group, which is really important because they could just say they have and they haven't. Spend £10 or £20 on items from the shop that will enter them in a draw, which Carly and Sylvia have done to great effect. Or a picture gallery with pictures of the cutest pet or the best onesie, or you and your mum at Mother's Day and all that kind of thing. Okay, but this is really important. If you're spending money on a prize, your competition must give a benefit to your business. Somebody posted in the online tips group the other day they wanted to run a competition, but they didn't want it to be adding their friends or building the numbers or generating sales, and I thought, why? But that's what they wanted. They insisted that's what they wanted. So I would say don't give a prize if your business isn't going to benefit in some way. And sometimes I've had people messaging me and saying, I added all my friends for the last competition. I don't think it's fair that you're continuing to do this. And I'm thinking, well, there was 10,000 people less in the competition last time. Now there's 10,000 people more. Some of them might add their friends, so it's building my business. And when I explained to her that I was investing money in a prize, it had to benefit my business in some way, she was absolutely fine with it. She didn't realise, she thought I was asking the same people all the time to build the group for me, and I wasn't. I was asking the new people that had joined to help me build the group. Okay, so example prizes. A £10 to £15 item from your online shop. No, I wouldn't say any more than that necessarily. I know Stephen's doing duvet sets at the moment. Are you specifying which one or which size or which price range?
Yeah, already does it, yes. Well, I already had.
Ah, right, okay, that's fine. A seasonal gift, Father's Day garden. I did one last week for one of the nesting boxes because again I had one in the house. A Christmas gift, the blossom trees went really well for me, and pardon me, the Christmas LED canvases, they went well for me as well. I did a good one with Amazon vouchers, Amazon or Costa vouchers. I saw somebody yesterday saying they had done a Lucky Dip lottery ticket, which is very cheap to post. Which, and somebody's doing scratch cards. Yeah. Easter eggs. Where do I even start with this? I actually sent Gary Watson a private message 2 weeks ago when he said about this, and he'd built 7,000 aunties group with an Easter egg competition. And on the day that I was desperately adding 9,500 people to the group in one day, I messaged Gary Watson and said, I don't know whether to hug you or wring your neck. And he thought it was hilarious. So the time frame of a competition, I've seen people saying I've got a competition running until the end of the month. They're not going to be able to keep up the momentum of that for the end of the month. I would say 3 to 4 days. I normally start one Wednesday or Thursday and run it till Saturday or Sunday, and no longer than that, because they're all going to enter at the last minute anyway. It's also going to be a flurry of activity in the last couple of hours, so I would say 3 to 4 days is plenty. And announce the competition and then get behind it and promote it properly. Don't just expect people to see a post from 4 days ago and... what was in there? Escape. Okay. Right, okay. So an adding friends competition, it's very important to remember to say, please only add friends age 18 plus in the UK and Ireland. And every time anybody adds friends, tag them in a thank you post so that their friends see it and know why they were added. Don't say how many anyone has added. Now, the age 18 plus in the UK and Ireland thing has backfired on me a couple of times when I've forgotten to say that, because I've now got members of my group in Libya, and actually, the reason I know this is because I put up, I'd love to see how far the group has spread, where are you from? And I've had people from Minnesota and Libya and Australia and everything, which is fine because people are adding their friends, and I understand that. And one day these members will be useful when the business goes a bit further afield. But I also don't want 12-year-olds in my group either. And I once had somebody. I had two people with the same surname. One was called Barney and the other one was Jimmy or something. And they had the same surname, but they hadn't been added by anybody. They'd asked to join themselves. And I looked at the surname. The surname was quite unusual. I looked at the survey and at the surnames, and I found somebody with the same surname, the same area, and I messaged the lady and I said, I believe this might be your children, and I've looked at their profiles and they look quite young. She said, one of them's actually our dog. So one was the 12-year-old son, one was the dog, and she had suggested that the 12-year-old join because she was trying to add people for the competition, and she was going to then contact me and say, my son Jimmy's adding all his friends on my behalf and all this kind of thing. See, so I didn't let them in. I thought that's just not on, because you know I want people in my group who are allowed to order and are able to order geographically wherever they are. So if you specify add only friends age 18 plus in the UK and Ireland, that solves that problem if you say that at the outset. Okay. Put a post on to welcome new members, and I always have a newbie. I always have it in the comments of my competition post. If you've recently been added to this group by a friend, you're very welcome to be in the group. They have entered a competition. We hope you like what we have to offer on this group. However, if you would prefer not to be on it, please private message me and let me know, and I can remove you permanently. Or alternatively, and I tell them how to leave the group. And I always finish up by saying, we'll be very sorry to leave you, but thank you for visiting our group. Okay? I've had very few problems. I've had a couple of nasty people messaging me saying that's a ridiculous way to build a group. Well, hey, you know, it's my business, not yours, that's fine. And I appreciate, I don't particularly like being added to groups either, but I just quietly leave them. I don't make a big fuss about it. It's just the way it is. Okay? Probably choose 5 to 10 external groups and post a message about your competition on the group. Don't say it's add your friends to the group, just say giving away some free stuff on Sunday night for Easter. Join my group for the chance to win it. Okay, just keep it general. Okay. If the competition gets off to a slow start, just say, thanks Jim for adding your friends, you're now in the lead if somebody adds 3 friends. Update a leaderboard if anything changes. Give daily updates, at least daily updates, encouragement, thank everybody that adds their friends, or say something like, it might be easier than you think to win. Okay, that appeals to people's competitive streak. Competition running. I got this tip from somebody in the online tips group the other day, and I thought this is a great idea. If anybody has actually asked to join, tag them on the competition post so that they see it and they see the rules and everything, and they know, you know, they see it right away as soon as they've joined. Because the chances are they've joined because you've said on an external group, join my group for a great giveaway on Saturday or whatever, okay? I would say from bitter experience to clear your diary for the last few hours of the competition in case it goes crazy. I had 4,500 added in 3 hours once when I was trying to watch the final of Strictly, okay? And what had happened with that one was, it was a Sunday afternoon, and I thought I was going to have to give a blossom tree to somebody that had added 18 friends. Okay, so about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, the competition was closing at 10 o'clock, and at 4 o'clock in the afternoon I said, I've got this wee sad blossom tree here, it's really disappointed. It thought it was going to a forever home tonight. Now, you can't give every product a personality, but the blossom tree was fine. I'm really sorry, my wee blossom tree might end up having to live its life with me instead of going to a lovely forever home for Christmas. It's really sad. I'm so sorry the prize may not be won, because I thought, I'm not giving this to somebody that's added 18 friends. So that was the following 3 hours, 4,500 people that missed Strictly. And it was crazy. And I think the person that won that added 1,800 people.
It's amazing.
Absolutely mental. And they were added themselves by the second place person that added 900. So that's just what can happen. So keeping track of the numbers. I know there's a winners video. I can't get that to work. When I try that, it says 100 plus, which is no use to me. So I manually add people manually and take a note of how many they are, and you know, if I see they've had hundreds, I'll just add them mentally, and when I get to 100, I'll private message myself and say June's added 100, and then the next time June adds 100, I'll just update that.
I'll teach you another way.
Okay, that would save me a lot of time. Okay, so for prize draws, I've got one running at the minute where if they add 50, for every 50 friends they add, they get an entry in the draw. You can either put the names in a hat and pick one. You could take a video of yourself or the kids or somebody like that, pulling a name out of the hat, and then everybody knows it's fair. Or you can use a random name generator, which Tracy Payne sent me one, and it's a really good one, so that's what I use now, and it's a Wheel of Fortune. And I just put everybody's name on, you just write a list, and if they've got 5 entries, you just spread them out on the list a wee bit, and then you feed them into this random name generator, click the button, the wheel spins, and it comes up with a winner. There is a way of videoing the whole process of that and putting the video on your group, but I can't get that to work. Jeff Owen tried to help me with that, and he couldn't. So I just now take a photograph, screenshot of the result, and post that in the group, and everybody can see that it's fair. Okay? Right, here's the results from my group. My group started in November 2014 with people that had bought online from me. I added a few friends to it, not particularly a lot, a few friends and people that had bought online from me. My first competition was the £5 flip-flops, and I didn't see the potential of people adding friends to the group at this point, but I said I would give a free pair of flip-flops to anybody that added 50 friends. I only ran it for one day, and I went mental and ended up giving away quite a few flip-flops. But in fact, both of the first 2 people that won the flip-flops actually knew each other, and they were in competition with each other to add the friends first, and they both still buy from me, so that's actually been £10 well invested, actually, I must say. Okay, so all of the above methods to get people asking to join, the flyers, the posts in external groups and everything, done all that. That was all I did to get the group up to 5,000, which it reached on the 21st of November. So on its first anniversary, really, the group reached 5,000 members. And I started doing serious competitions probably every 2 weeks at that point. Now I'm slightly addicted. But at that point I was doing one every 1 or 2 weeks. Okay. And on the 7th of February this year, so that from the 21st of November to the 7th of February, the group reached 25,000, and then it doubled in a month. So it's on just under 51,000 this morning. Just checked it this morning, and I've got another Easter egg competition going. Okay. So after every competition, put a "I'm just curious" post. You know, you've built your numbers now. Thanked everybody. You've announced the winner. The next day, put a recruitment post up. Your recent check or a new person's check, success stories from people that have joined the business. I've done really well putting new people's checks on. To be honest, I would rather put a new person's check on and show what they could earn in their first month rather than somebody that's been in the business 25 years and earning XYZ, because people don't care how much I'm making. They want to know how much they can make, and if I show them a new person's check from their first month. So everybody knows Laura Harrison. Laura Harrison put her first check, £217 on her group, and I think at that point she had 3,000 people in her group, and she got 96 leads in one day and sponsored 17. Nikki Kaywood, who's got a video on the online tips group just now, she's 21, she's pregnant. She sponsored 58 people with a £200 check after a month in the business. So that's why you're building the numbers by people adding friends. Yeah, fantastic, absolutely amazing result. Okay, so a bit closer to home, my new lady Carly joined from a post in my selling group on day 20 of period 2, 4 weeks ago. She set up her group the same day. She added 100 of her own friends. She posted on her timeline, told them she'd started a new business, please support me in the new business. She started her first competition the next day. It took her 8 days to get the whole of her 30-day challenge. She had, up to date, she's now had 9 30-day challenge rewards. She did her 30-day challenge in 8 days, her 10% bonus in 11 days, and her 13% at the end of period 3, 4 weeks in the business. And she's absolutely jumping for joy. Her check's £313. She's got 7,000 in her group. And I'm just, she doesn't yet know too much about sponsoring, so once I've had a chat with her tomorrow, she's going to be posting her check in her group with 7,000 people in it, and I'm hoping she's going to get Laura Harrison type results. Okay, she sponsored her sister-in-law a week ago, who had 2 qualifying 30-day challenge orders in her first week. She's got 1,700 in her group. Not bad at all for the first month in the business. Okay, and she's made, she's obviously not on bonus yet, but she's made herself £60 in her first week. So she's jumping for joy as well. So Carly is very, very teachable. She's doing everything I've advised her to do. She's interacting with all her members. She's running competitions like an entry in the prize draw for every £10 sale, all this kind of thing, as well as adding your friends sort of competitions as well. So she's very excited, onwards and upwards, and she had some catalogues and some leads coming in as well from her 30-day challenge. So that's where she's coming from, and that's her starting point for period 4, and she's very excited because everything that's happened has happened exactly the way I told her it would. Okay.
Excellent.
Thank you very much, Kate.